Howdy, and welcome to Texas Voices. I'm Lindsay Liepman. Tonight, we pay tribute to all those special moms out there, including several who've been featured on our program. First, we start with rodeo cowboy Garrison Wood, who sat down for a very special interview with his own mom. The gate flies open, and Garrison Wood springs to action.
When I get out there, I come on out there and I swing the rope. If you don't get out there, you can't catch nothing.
Every time you go out there, you try your hardest. Is that what you do?
Yes, ma'am. Just try my hardest.
When G gets on his horse, the whole place stops to watch him. We want it as bad as he wants it.
Family friend Heather Stuver always brings her camera to events.
And next thing you know, he wanted to take pictures, so I just handed him the camera. He picked it right up and he did it. What he sees with his eye.
Been going to rodeos and taking pictures, $25.
$25 a picture? That's good. And what are you going to do with all that money?
Spend it.
Little brother Hudson is his best friend.
The reason I like being his brother because I can support him when he ropes and I help him stay, and he can rope really good.
Hudson wants to be a rodeo cowboy when he grows up.
I won this in San Antonio, roping calves.
That thing is big too. So how many more buckles you want to win?
A lot.
Oh, as many as you can.
I know God has worked a miracle in G's life. Same with Hudson. And they're two little boys that are here on this earth because God put them here.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, you know I know all the truth about you, so don't be trying to kid me, okay? What do you like to tell them when they're out there working cows?
What's up, son?
Oh, you stole old Dale Brisby's saying, didn't you? I got you. And at the rodeos, when you get off your horse, what do you love to do?
Chase around women.
Chase around women?
Yeah.
You are kidding me.
Nope.
What about your dad? You have anything favorite that you really love about him?
He helped me saddle my horse and get my rope ready.
He helps you saddle your horse and get your rope ready? Because without him, you wouldn't be able to do it, huh?
No.
He's a pretty good old hand, is he?
Yeah.
Casey Wood's family of 4 gets a little stronger, a little closer, and a little tighter every time life takes them on a ride.
We don't set him apart from any other kid. We push him to be the best Garrison that he can be in any aspect of life.
His brother Hudson learned a special kind of love along the way.
Hudson's got a heart like no other. I know he's my child and every mother thinks that, but Hudson's special in that form because not just Garrison, I mean, he bleeds when his friends don't do well.
Their joy fills the photos of a family that turns pain into a powerful message.
He's the best surprise that we could have ever had. He didn't show any of the signs of a kid with Down syndrome that they can detect. I think already God was already showing us that he was going to do big things no matter if he had that label on him or not. They didn't expect Hudson to live when he was in utero. Our small little community that's bigger than the world all came together and prayed for about 3 or 4 days, and when we went back, the doctors couldn't find what they had seen 5 days earlier. And we told them that we didn't need an explanation, that we knew there was only one creator that was responsible for that, you know, and we knew that was our Heavenly Father, and he was taking care of us once again, so.
Faith, family, and rodeo. It's the cowboy way. What would you say to your mom and your dad and your brother to let them know how much you love them? What would you want them to know?
24/7.
You love them 24/7. That's real sweet.
That's a good one right there. That's a good one. Yes! Woo!
Garrison's story is still the most watched story since Texas Voices began. He's such a sweet guy. Our tribute to the mothers out there continues as we head to Schroeders Place to talk about family traditions. Welcome back to my home, the kitchen, where all of the fun is had. And that includes Schroeders Place, which is a family business run by one mother. They have a kitchen table there too. They recently celebrated 75 years, and if you've ever had one of their burgers or met Julie, you'd know why they're still going strong. At Schroeders Place, they call this their kitchen table for a reason.
They got married February the 16th. Opened this bar March the 13th.
Tears, beers, and a lot of years have been spent around it.
My dad worked in here until he was 87 years old. Loved it. This was his passion.
Julie Grimm's parents opened it right after her daddy got back from the war.
So growing up in here, I was probably 5 years old, and my dad would send me in here to sweep the floors. I had to clean up after they had a party in here on a Friday night, and Back then, everybody was smoking and everybody'd throw the cigarettes, and he'd say, get in there and clean the store up. I was really, really young. So very young, I was in here, and I was a daddy's girl, so I was always in here with my dad. Just something we grew up with, just, always having people around, and it's hard, I never thought I'd be running this place, but I am so glad I am. I know now why my dad did what he did and enjoyed it so much.
You can always spot a new friend in the making if they request fries with their food.
We do burgers, chips, and drinks, very simple. It's a very family-oriented business. We have a lot of people that just love to come out and have a good time.
Sometimes she cooks hundreds of burgers at night, and this place will be wall-to-wall.
On this night, Julian's birthday means she's off the grill and her feet.
There she comes, ladies and gentlemen, to the woman of the hour, the burger queen of Thorndale, Texas, beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to sing happy birthday to Jelaine. Clink 'em and drink 'em to Jelaine. Thank you, beer. Right here, drink that beer.
It's me and my 2 kids that actually run this place. My daughter, Casey, is my back. She does everything. And then my son, Brandon. We have a band called Bubba's Band. We do everything. It's just us.
There's Bubba with the mic, and he's the biggest Thorndale Bulldogs fan you'll ever meet.
And many more.
They're going all the way to state. He's placing his bets right now. The kitchen table and back patio have all become the gathering grounds after games, win or lose, in life or otherwise.
And I don't know how to explain it to people. People say, like, what do you do in a small town? We have so much to do in this small town, and we are so close-knit. Like, we consider everybody our family. I just can't really explain it. I don't want to lose that feeling to the growth. And I will preach that till the day I die.
It's about being a family, and we have a big family, an extended family. We have a lot of friends that we meet all the time because they've clicked with us and they like coming in here to visit, It's like, that's why I said when y'all came in, that's our kitchen table. Everyone meets around it.
They always say if you do something you enjoy, you never work a day in your life. And I think that's kind of how me and my kids feel. We work hard, but we have so much fun. We have so many friends that come up here, and you work and work, but then in the long run, it's a fun night. When you can say, we've just had so much fun. Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
If you stop by, make sure to tell them Texas Voices sent you. Coming up, she's one proud mama. We chat with Cody Wetzel's mom, Julie, next. Welcome back. Cody Wetzel burst onto the music scene, but not without the support of his mama. I sat down with Julie Wetzel, who always keeps family first.
Happy Mother's Day, Julie. Thank you. So I'm so glad that you agreed to do this. I'm excited to talk to you, mainly because every time, I see posts or whatever on social media, you're so supportive of all of your kids. And I can really tell that you're a fun mom that cares a lot about all of your children.
It's a lot of fun. Co keeps us on our toes and always has. And then he's got 2 younger sisters. One is fixed to be 22, one's 18, going to graduate from high school this month. It's always interesting around our house. There's never any dull moments. We have a lot of laughs, and I have a big family. I'm the youngest of 6 children.
Wow.
And so there's never any dull moments whatsoever.
And so kind of when did the music bug hit? Is your family a musical family, or is that something that Co kind of pursued on his own?
Well, I started singing when I was younger, and I was in a couple of bands, and my mother drugged me, I call it the 4 states, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana, everywhere she could put me on stage. And so I continued that after I had him. And then I sang in a band a little bit, and I got to where I would just put him on stage. I mean, he was running up and down the aisles, and everybody was kind of having to babysit him. And I thought, hey, I'm gonna fix this, you know? So I kind of started putting him on stage. He freaked out when he was little, but it only took a couple times, and he was set. He loved it. He loved the audience. He loved the crowd. He loved the applause. And so it just kind of went from there.
What has this journey kind of been like from your perspective? As a mom, you want to be protective and supportive, and you know, he's changed Texas country music in so many ways. And I'm just wondering, kind of from your perspective, what that's been like.
Oh, it's like I said, it's surreal. It's crazy. It's just, you know, it was always my dream, and to see him pursuing it with such kind of out of the box imagination, and just, he's always been one that's never done anything really by the book. He's followed the rules, but sometimes he kind of tweaks them. And that's kind of what he's done here. And he's always loved Texas country, but he's always loved country, and he's always loved rock and roll and grunge, and all that. His playlist is crazy. So when I see him on stage, I still have to, like, you know, pinch myself and be like, I cannot believe that's my child. That is my child up there. Like, it's crazy, but it's so much fun, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's just insane.
And you go to a lot of his shows.
I would go to every single one if I could. Like I said, I have younger girls, and when he first started, it was hard because they were still really young and in grade school. And as they've gotten older, we've kind of gone to a lot more shows now, and it's fun because half the time I don't even know if he knows we're coming. And so sometimes we get to surprise them, but we go to as many as we can within the distance. You know, I'm not a traveler. I hate flying. And so we just go to as many as we can drive to. I guess I can say it.
Yeah, you don't get on that bus though, do you?
No, I don't get on the bus. The bus is fun, but the bus is not for mamas. No, I don't get on the bus.
I'm wondering, what is as the youngest of 6 kids, what's the best advice that's ever been given to you by your own mom or your own parents? And what's the best advice that you've given to your kids?
The best advice that was given to me was be different. You know, you don't have to be like everyone else to fit in. Just let them do their thing and let them be different. And you know, you don't have to fit in the same mold as everyone else.
Is it hard though sometimes if you see any of your kids make a mistake, or you say, maybe don't do that, and then, you know, it doesn't work out for them? I mean, I'm a mom of 4 kids, and mine are 10, 8, 7, and 5, you know, and you tell them, do this or do that. You try to guide them, and it kind of hurts your mama heart sometimes when things don't go their way, you know, or something's not going well for them. How do you kind of still encourage your child to keep chasing a dream or keep going for it, you know?
Right. You know, you win some and you lose some. You're not always going to win. And it does hurt. It hurts to see them to maybe not be number one, maybe not be, you know, the best. Cody played sports for a long time. And I think that disciplined him mentally and physically to know that in his career, he's going to win some, he's going to lose some, and you're going to go on and be great. And so I think with all my children, they know that you know, life just throws you curveballs, and sometimes you just have to roll with it. So, and they're all well-rounded. They have a good head on their shoulders. And so I never really worry about them. I know they're going to be okay no matter what.
How supportive has the community of Pittsburgh been for y'all during all this?
Oh, they're real supportive. They love him. And Cody, he's a small town boy. We have like maybe population of 4,700 people in Pittsburgh. And everyone has always loved Cody. He was always in what we called hee-haw shows. And he started, I think, when he was in 3rd grade. And he was probably the youngest one to sing on stage. And they just ate him up. And he was doing it every year up until he graduated. And so everyone knows Cody, of course, with his sports and everything, and they love him. He's a good kid. He's always been kind and sweet and very respectful.
Well, I have to compliment his raising, because at Coke Fest last year when he performed, when he was backstage. You always learn a lot from somebody when the cameras aren't rolling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they're not in the spotlight. And I've met a lot of artists, and he was so just genuinely kind and just so respectful. Hello, just engaged with people. And I just thought, that's before I knew, maybe where exactly he grew up and all that. And I just thought, man, that guy is really nice. And when you walk away from an artist, who's being kind to those around him and treating them well, you learn a lot about, the family that he came from. So I thought I definitely need to interview Julie.
Well, thank you. No, he's always been very kind, respectful, and just a really good rounded kid. And despite what, some people might think, he really does have a good heart and soul, and would give you the shirt off his back if you needed it. He's a good kid.
Well, do you think sometimes he gets misunderstood? Like people misunderstand his art in a way sometimes?
Oh, absolutely. If I've never heard his lyrics and didn't know who he was, I'd be like, what is wrong with this kid? But seriously, no, he gets a lot of flack for kind of being himself, and kind of like I said, being out there and not normal as far as country lyrics go, or as far as Texas country goes. He's kind of developed his own way. He's always been that. He's always had a really, really huge imagination. Mm-hmm. His writing teachers would send me his writings and go, where did he get this from? And I'm like, I have no idea. His imagination is wild. So he brings that out in his songs when he writes, and I love it.
I interviewed not long ago Taylor Kimball.
Yes.
And in the studio in Denton. And, I just asked him, like, do you realize, that what y'all created with Co and Austin and Giovanni and all those guys, it really has changed. It's opened up the genre in so many ways. And I think a lot of Co's fans feel heard or feel understood for the first time, which is, it's so special when an artist can connect. Right. Especially with a lot of younger people that love country music too. I just think he's done an incredible job. So now I'm wondering, would y'all ever sing it like a duet together?
Oh gosh, probably not. I don't, because I would probably make him go really, really old school on me, and I'm not sure that he would want to go there. But I would love to. If it's a dream of mine, it will probably never happen. But I don't know. I'm kind of rusty. I haven't sang in a long time.
So for you, what season of motherhood has been kind of what you cherish, kind of cherish the most? Like when they were little, or seeing them kind of grow up as adults themselves? Yeah,
when they were little. They were all sweet kids. All three of their personalities are completely opposite of each other's. And it's just fun, especially when we're all together, to watch them all talk to each other and cut up and have fun, and that's just, it just brings you joy to know that you're still on this earth watching your children grow up and doing what they love. I love my children. They're all really, really great. My daughters are always like, Mom, Co's your favorite. And I'm like, well, he's my favorite son because he's my only son. So I do want to say Co has a very, very supportive team with him. His band is wonderful, and that's just what I've prayed about. And while he's been on this journey from, on his own from like 2011 until now, that was my biggest prayer, is that he had people who were good and that would be good for him, and that had the same hopes and dreams as he did. And he has been so blessed, and we have been so blessed, because I don't have to worry as much as I used to.
Yeah.
When he first went out, because shady people are everywhere, but luckily throughout these years, last 10 years, he's had some really good people, and I'm just so thankful for them. And I just hope he continues to have this crew with him that he has now.
Yeah. We'll never stop praying for our kids. It's good to see good people around them.
That's right.
She is so much fun. Thanks, Julie, for chatting with us. Still ahead, artist Cody Hibbert has a special tribute to his mom.
Doing this life without her. Ask your mother. I just turned 13, chasing them girls was new to me. Let that heart jump for the first time, but too scared to let it sink. And I was trying to find the answers from anyone other than him, until I outrun all those options. I had to ask my old man, how did you make it? What did you try? What did you do when you made her cry? And were you ever nervous, or were you ever scared to just let go and hold her hand? 'Cause I've been throwing every idea out there, and I don't want to mess this up. He just smiled and said, son, if you want to know what held us together, ask your mother. I never knew what he meant until a little later after college years. I met that brown-eyed girl that stole my heart, I wanted forever with. Still didn't know all the answers to those questions that he only knew. So when it got that time to get down on one knee, had to ask her daddy too. How did you make it? What did you try? What did you do when you made her cry? And were you ever nervous, or were you ever scared to just let go and hold her hand? 'Cause I've been throwing every idea out there, and I don't want to mess this up. He just smiled and said, boy, if you want to know what held us together, ask your mother. Ask your mother.
Thanks, Cody, and happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there, as well as my own mom and my grandma Emma, and of course to all of my children. You better have gotten me something. We'll see you next time.
Kyle, get this dog out of here. Hold on just a second. Kyle, Daddy went outside, didn't he? Get out of the shot.